What is up everyone, this is Penrith-Smith game, bringing you part 2 of my co-op tutorial series. Here I'm doing the second mission. I am the chopper pilot at the moment. I'm going to put a link in the description and probably an annotation of a screen of my mate BiiGPaPaREN, who was the chopper pilot when we first tried out. He failed massively, and yeah, it's a pretty funny clip. It'd be awesome to go check it out. Leave a like if you enjoyed the good laugh, but yeah, he fails pretty hard in that. Had a good old laugh, and next time we respawned, I got put as a chopper pilot, and I haven't really flown much before, so here I'm going to try and give you some helpful tips of what have helped me to become a better pilot. As you'll see in this video, I'm pretty half decent now, so yeah. Well, first off, I want to let you know about the controls for the choppers. With your left and right triggers, as you probably would already know, they are ascend or descend, which is up and down. Your right trigger is to go up, so you want to use that basically like an accelerator. But as you're doing like these sweeping runs that I'm doing, you want to just constantly tap your trigger so you can keep like an even flow, an even height, and yeah, just continue circling around the place. You want to use your right stick, which will be used as your like facing your nose and lifting your tail, dragging your tail down. So as you'll see, I line myself up using that. In some states I'll be facing, completely on its side, or just not having a very good angle, and using the right stick, that's how you lever yourself back out to get a nice sturdy and straight point of view, as I've seen just there. Now with your left analog stick, for the Xbox 360, that is used to control your tail, or your rudders as they're known for a chopper. Now that a rudder basically is like your turn, left and right turns. So you want to continuously make sure you keep it straight, using your rudders to guide you and to turn. As you can see, you can swing around pretty quickly. That there is using the rudder. You can swing around pretty quickly when you're in a nice fluid moment, and make it easier for you to get around the airspace, and constantly controlling your engagement from having the best angle on your opposition. Now this can work in multiplayer as well, but here I'm just basically trying to help you out with the co-op. So after, as you know, you've seen a couple of sections of enemies come out. Pretty much got your teammate there, as you see right there in the front space. Which is, how awesome is that? A couple of rockets took out the gas station, mad fireball. You should have heard me over the microphone having a good old laugh. I was there. I was just, oh yeah. Yeah, I was just really ecstatic about that cinematics, and I lost control of the helicopter. I started going down, but I managed to save it luckily, and yeah, get through it. This was my first attempt at flying. I'd just like to point that out as well. So here's our first attempt on this mission for me flying. My mate failed twice. I jumped in the pilot and got this. Yeah, after you've taken out a lot of those enemies on the buildings, you want to have your teammate, your chopper gunner, who uses thermal, can enable thermal on his gun, on his turret, and just constantly sweeping around, seeing any traces of any enemy, just to take them out, as quickly and easily as you can. You can switch between rockets and his 50 cal by tapping the Y button, and yeah, just constantly taking out enemies, seeing if there's any stragglers around the place, just take them out and making sure nobody gets a rocket off onto you or anything like that. So, and remember, with the chopper you have rockets enabled as well as a pilot. You'll see me make plenty of use of them from all different angles. I go in the first person view quite a lot when I'm using my rockets, so then that's when I'm getting the rocket out. That's when I'm going to try and get a nice good strafing run, which is what you want to do for coming up to your vehicles, your BMPs and your mobile AAs. There we tried to keep nice solid distance on them, because you don't want to get a lock onto you. Nice solid distance. Here we come across with a nice strafe and run of rockets and 50 cal bullets. My mates keep switching around after a couple of seconds of firing for 50 cal. Switch over to your guided rockets and take out the vehicles. So much easier than just trying to take it out with just your machine gun turret. So here we come. Here's a guided missile there. As you can see, it's very effective. It just took that vehicle out pretty damn easily. After I've put a missile or two into it, he's put a couple of rounds with the 50, and yeah, we take them out pretty effectively, which is what you need to do. If you can find a good chopper pilot who can, keep a nice steady flow, just going from side to side of the map as I'm doing, constantly keeping you know, the same level of height, the same speed and like accuracy, you could say, kind of thing. You just want to keep a nice even flow so your teammate can make those, you know, shots count. Every shot counts, and when you get the guided missiles, you're pretty much, you know, like guaranteed to get those rockets hit. But you just want to make sure you got a nice fluid flight path and keep him with a good accuracy on the enemies. So here I just skip forward a little bit more. There's only a few stragglers that we have to take out, but we're going to skip forward a bit more here. And yeah, there you go, 2 more enemies have popped up. So I think one of them's a mobile AA. You want to take out the mobile AAs before you take out the BMPs, because they're more like dangerous towards you, the choppers. So, and remember, if you do get hit by rockets or constant gunfire, you have the option to use an extinguisher, which takes, which like puts out the fires. So use them to your advantage. Word of advice: if you don't use them, you get an achievement. You'll see that pop up at the end. I knew about the achievement, so I wasn't using my extinguishers at all. But yeah, if you really want to just get through this mission without failing, and you are taking a lot of damage, I advise using it. Come back and do the achievement later on if you really want the achievement. See, as you can see there with the leveling out, that's using my right stick to try and keep it stable, and that's how you want to, you know, control your helicopter, and try and make sure you're not gonna, because if you go too far to one side, you're gonna start like topping over, and you don't want that to happen. You're going a bit too low there. You don't want to like stay too low, and you don't want to go too high. So try and keep that nice steady altitude and constantly strafing back and forth. And BMPs, I think I said earlier, or resemble the AAs, the BMPs are not as dangerous as the mobile areas, but they are dangerous towards your teammates which are on the ground, which you are protecting. So you want to make sure you get them out as soon as you can. Straight up, you take out the mobile AAs, because they'll cause a lot of damage to your team on the ground. As you can see over there, the blues, there your teammates moving up, and there goes the guided missile. See, after he's fired the guided missile, it's got a couple of 50 cal bullets in there, so that's what you want to do. You want to constantly check it up, change it up. Make sure if you're the pilot, keep putting those rockets from your position into the enemy, because every bit of damage counts. Every bit of damage is going to take a health bar away and help your teammate finish them off, or any of the teammates on the ground finish them off. So I don't really know what else to talk about for this section, but we'll just keep it going and see what comes up next. So after we take out this BMP, well, I think we're going to come in contact with 3 more vehicles coming from the far right. There goes another guided missile. I think that will finish him off. Yeah. So it takes out that. You want to start heading to the right over here a bit, or you can continue to do a few more circles. But as you can see, I've just skipped forward to the next enemy. But there is a BMP underneath me. If you did a nice good strafing run, you could get it in one run and come down and take out this mobile AA, which is what we're planning on doing now. Is taking out the AA first, and then come back for the BMP. So here we go. We get a nice little rocket run on the AA. Come around. You don't want to head too far down there, as you can see. If you head too far down, get too high, not getting a good, you know, position to come back in, you could get, you know, destroyed for going outside the map. So you want to make sure you don't turn too far, go down too far, otherwise you will go outside the map and fail the mission. So you don't want that to happen. So yeah, here we're working on the mobile AA. Come across here. See, that's leveling out using the right stick. That's what you want to keep doing. Make sure your gunner is getting constant shots on the enemies, switching up between your 50 cal and the guided missile. And you want to make sure, as I said, that you're taking out enemies with your rockets. And there goes another guided. And that one didn't. Oh yeah, there it goes. And also you can spot enemies in this one too, so remember to spot. I said it in the previous pilot video, STFE, it's what I'm pushing for, because I don't come into contact with a lot of lobbies where enemies are being spotted. So STFE, spot the fucking enemy. Now, point them out, talk to your teammates, let them know, even though you're only in a co-op mission here with one person, let him know where enemies are. If you're the pilot, you can spot. Switch first person view, aim down at your enemies, hit that back button, or whatever it is on the PlayStation. I think it might be the select as well. But spot them up. You probably are not too sure if you get spot bonus points on this, but you do get points overall, so that could go towards it. So really advise, continue to spot, and keep working to push towards those enemies. So I think these two here are the last two vehicles to come through, so we're going to take out that mobile AA first. As I said, it does more damage to you than what the BMPs though. They've got to worry about, sorry, you've got to worry about your BMPs taking out your teammates on the ground more than taking out you. So there we go. Here we go, we're going to come down and take out this mobile AA. There goes the guided missile, I took it out. If I knew the guided missile was off, I could have taken out that BMP in that same round. But we're going to do another circle around here, get a nice bit of altitude, swinging around with the rudders, as I said, the left stick's your rudders, get a nice line up and angle, line it up, and get some rockets in there. Look at that. Well, I didn't quite get it. I think my mates just went for the missiles to reload, which you want to just keep an eye on how long it takes for your guided missiles to reload, because they're really handy. Here we go. Another little restoration run. This guy's taking a bit longer than what usually he does. But yeah, I really find it fun playing with these choppers. As I said, this is the first time I tried this mission as a pilot. One of the first real times I've flown. I just read it and just remembered in my mind what the rudders are, what do you use for the altitude. He got down really low, trying to scare my mate. Should hit him over the microphone. It was probably funny. He would say he wasn't scared, but yeah, I think he was saying to me, oh, it would have been funny if I crashed into the rock or went head first into the fire. I wouldn't have been laughing, but yeah, we managed to survive that. So that's all the enemies taken out. As you can see, there's your teammates running up into the exfiltration. There's a team chopper come flying in, landing, picking up your team. Here I'm just going to circle around them, but try and be a smart ass, try and get as close as I can to them. And yes, this is basically the end of the second mission for co-op. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. As I said in the previous video, if you find these videos helpful and help you get through these missions, please leave a like, leave a comment, let me know, and stay tuned for plenty more co-op missions to come through. I've already recorded the next two. One of them is quite possibly a world record run for hit and run. You be the judge of that, everyone else can be the judge of that, but yeah, it's going to be coming up in 2 episodes. Part 3 will be up tomorrow night. So once again, I want to thank you all for tuning in, for sticking around. Let me know if this helped you out, and I'll see you on part 3. Alright, peace out.